Well, well, well. Guess who's back? It's been 8 weeks. It's been 56 days. But Soccer for the Common Folk is back. Yes, I am back. Long 8 weeks. But guess what? I can get away with it right now because I barely have any followers, and I will make sure it doesn't happen again because now I finally have a spot to record these videos. Took 8 weeks, but we're here. First post was before the MLS season started. That was back in February 23rd, where I was stuck in a hotel with bad audio using my camera. But we're here. I got equipment. The homies hooked it up, and we are Gucci. All right. So first things first. We do got a lot of MLS talk, some Premier League talk that I want to cover. But the first thing I definitely want to cover, especially from what we've been seeing these past few weeks, is the women's sport, the women's soccer, especially in Europe. We will talk about the NWSL. I do watch the NWSL, and the season just kicked off like a week, 2 weeks ago from this date. So I will have a video for that as well. But we'll talk right now about what's going on in Europe and the Women's Champions League right now. A couple weeks ago, we had a Clásico between Real Madrid and Barcelona in Camp Nou. Record-breaking attendance, over 91,000 people. What does that mean? That means people want to watch women's soccer. That means there is interest, there is talent in women's soccer. So we should stop treating it like a second-rate sport and start investing, start sponsors, whatever it may be. We got to get the ball rolling, all right? It's been way too long, and they deserve the respect that we give the men's sport. Because not even just El Clásico. Like, you could just say, yeah, it's a Clásico, like, it's a big deal no matter what. Okay, let me tell you this. Wolfberg women's team recently had a home game. Record-breaking crowd, the most ever for a home game. Over 11,000 people showed up. PSG women, it's PSG. Whether it's the men's team, the women's team, it's still PSG, the biggest club team in France. At least one of the biggest club teams for sure, obviously. They had over 27,000 people show up at a home game. So I don't want to hear the talk of like no one watches the women's soccer and none of that, all right? Because it's invalid. The proof is there already. So let's get it going. Oh, and before I even forget, the Euro start this summer. The English women's team, the English women's national team sold out every match for their group stage, and the final in Wembley is sold out as well. All right, that's enough proof, okay? So I don't want to hear that talk no more. All right, start investing in women's sports, any sport, not just soccer. It's about time. Now, speaking of women's soccer, speaking of the Women's Champions League, the semifinal starts this weekend. Very intriguing matchups. The first matchup would be Barcelona versus Wolfberg. So if you've been watching women's soccer, you already know Barcelona has been a machine all year. They have not lost a game in all competitions, in any competition. In La Liga, they're 27-0-0. They have 80, 81, 89 points. What was it here? 81 points. 81 points, and their season's not even done yet. They have scored 146 goals. Guess how many they gave up? Only 8. Sorry, I had to double check, but yeah, only 8. The difference in goal differential, it's 136. That's crazy. That's insane in any kind of sport, men's or women's. And then the other final, is a semifinal, is Lyon versus PSG. Two French teams going at it. And they've been going at it all year long, for obvious reasons. They play in the same league. They have played already 5 times, or the last 5 times they played each other. Let's see. PSG beat Lyon 3-0 in the Coupe de France. Then Lyon beat PSG 6-1, and it was a 0-0 draw. And then in the Women's Champions League, I believe last year, PSG beat them 2-1, and in another match, Lyon beat them 1-0. They've been tight. And La Liga, or in their Division 1 league, Lyon is up right now by 5 points. That's the difference. 5-point differential. Like, these teams go at it, and I cannot wait to see them play. But if I had to pick 2 teams, obviously obviously I have to pick two teams. My prediction is Barcelona would beat Wolfsburg and Lyon would beat PSG. You ask why? Well, Barcelona, obviously, their resume speaks for themselves. And Lyon, like I said, yeah, they've had close games against PSG these past 5 times. But let me remind you guys, Lyon is the most decorated team when it comes to the Champions League, the Women's Champions League. They've won it 6 times out of the last 9. And, you know, they've been dominating this league, or this tournament. So I don't see why they wouldn't beat PSG in 2 games. So Barcelona, Lyon in the Women's Champions League final. Book it. Okay, so it has been 8 weeks since I dropped my first video. What was I doing in that first video? I did talk a little bit of Premier League because it's been going on already. But the main topic during that video was the MLS. The MLS was kicking off that week, their season. So week 1 happened. We're now in week 8. Am I doing my math right? Week 9. And yeah, let me catch you up on what's going on right now. So, standings after week 8. Sorry, give me a sec here. All I is going to tell you that the earthquakes. They've been disappointing me, son. Alright, but here we go. I'm just going to give you who's in the playoff race right now. So Philadelphia, we're going to start with the Eastern Conference. So we got Philadelphia, Orlando, New York Red Bulls, Atlanta United, Toronto, Montreal, and Chicago. In the Western Conference, we have LAFC first, then Austin. Austin FC is in second right now. This is only their second year in the league. It's crazy. Then we got LA Galaxy, FC Dallas, Houston Dynamo, Real Salt Lake, and Minnesota. I just noticed that all Texans teams are holding a playoff spot, and that kind of annoys me. No shot at Texas, but you know what it is, guys, especially with Houston. So yeah, that's where we're standing right now in the MLS standings. Today, though, this video we're going to focus more on the Quakes because, as I mentioned in the first video, when it comes to MLS, when it comes to the Quakes, I'm biased, but I'm going to keep it real at the same time. So what has been going on these past 8 weeks with the Quakes? What hasn't going on? First things first, we have not won a game. Well, from the moment I shot this video, I'm shooting this video, we just earlier this week won a game against Bay Cities in the U.S. Open Cup. What's the U.S. Open Cup, you say? The Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. It is the longest running tournament in America. The cool thing about that tournament is that all divisions, whether it's an amateur league to pro league to the MLS, top of the creme, they all could be in the tournament. From amateur teams that only play once a week, or not once a week, that don't even get paid to play. That's what I'm trying to say. Amateur teams, semi-pros, amateur, whatever, they could all be in this tournament, and that's what makes it so great. So the Quakes just won their first game, 5-0 against Bay Cities. It was a great game. The youngsters showed up, and yeah. But what happened right now with these Quakes is that first win after 8 weeks came with a brand new coach. Yes, before this game, the Quakes let go of Matias Almeida. When it happened, was like, honestly, the writing was on the wall already. There was no contract talks for an extension. It was his last year, and we just did not know what the plan was. And it was getting ugly. He was calling out the franchise like in almost every press conference because, you know, he wanted the money, or he's saying there's not much investment, and, you know, TBH, it's true. There's a bunch of articles right now. Just Google search San Jose Earthquakes owner, and that's all you see. John Fisher not investing on the team, investing in the infrastructure, because the Quakes are opening, you know, a compound pretty much with 10 soccer fields. So there are things happening, but that it affects directly the club, it's not there yet. But yeah, we let go of Matias Almeida. The interim coach right now actually let's see who we got. It's the head coach is Alex Covello, who was coaching the Earthquake's second team, which is the MLS Next Pro, which is technically a third-tier league in the in America, but it's also directly affiliated with the MLS. Don't ask me about the USL and what's going on there. I could do that for a whole different video. But yeah, so we got Alex Covello, who was coaching Earthquakes 2, and then he brought in, with his coaching staff actually, he brought in Chris Wondolowski, the legend, club legend, the GOAT, Steve Ralston, and Luciano Fusco. So yeah, that's pretty much what's been going on with the Quakes. We have won a game, but that's in the U.S. Open Cup, which is the outside tournament. We play the Sounders next in the 4th round. But when it comes to the actual MLS play, league play, we have not won a game. Doesn't mean we lost all. We have tied a few games, but we're the last team that hasn't won a game in the league. And hopefully with the coaching change, things happen. Players get motivated. A change of culture, because we could straight up say it was toxic. Being in that toxic relationship right now, or environment, it could affect your mentality and all that. Even though we've been balling and everything, because we have scored goals. It's not like we've been getting blown out and all that. But yeah, that's where we're at, and we'll see where it goes now with a new coaching staff. So next, we have to talk Premier League. Because like I said, this video we're focusing on the Quakes, Manchester United, and just a little bit of what is going on around the league, just standing wise and all that, and where certain teams are positioned right now in our sport. So first things first, we are in. It's kind of weird right now when we say what week we're in or what match day we're in the Premier League, because there's a bunch of makeup games that still got to happen. But we're going to say we're week 32, week 33. That's pretty much the gist of it, where mostly everybody's at. They're going to play some makeup games, but let's say week 32, week 33, that's where we're at. So the current standings right now, I'm going to give you the top 6. First is Man City with 77 points. Then it's Liverpool with 76. Chelsea with 62. Tottenham at 57. Arsenal at 57. And Man U at 54. So yeah, that's where we at right now. Things are up and down for the top 4. It's the Premier League right now is literally a 2-team race. City, Liverpool. It's about 5 games left. It's really up to them. So right now, what the interesting part is the top 4. Who's gonna be in Champions League? Who's gonna be in Europa? Or who's gonna be in the what's the other Europa League conference? It's like another tourney. So yeah, that's really where the fun's at right now. From the moment I'm shooting this video, last week, it was a big rivalry game. United, Liverpool. Wasn't fun for the Reds. It wasn't fun for the Devils. United lost to Liverpool 4-0. We were pretty much embarrassed, outclassed, and I wanted to break my phone during that game, but I didn't, because I was at work. If I was not at work, I may not have this on my hands right now. I just, slammed it. I'm on carpet. So, anyways, we lost 4-0. As soon as that game ended, they tried to put a Band-Aid over this terrible position we're in right now as a club. They were trying to say we're going to announce our new manager real soon. They actually said in a couple weeks probably, but they only waited 2 days. 2 days since the game started, since the game happened. Because the game happened this past Tuesday. It's Thursday right now, the moment I'm shooting this. And, it was the worst kept secret ever. The only reason why I'm wearing this jersey for this video, because, I do feel bad for Ajax that we're taking the man, but Erik ten Hag is now the new manager for the Red Devils. Only thing is they made the announcement. It's just to make it. And the reason why I say that is because he is staying with Ajax to finish off the season. That was one thing he wanted to do. He didn't want to leave his players up and dry. That's the kind of man he is. The kind of man I want leading my club. So I'm so happy we got him. You want to know why? I'll tell you why. One, he focuses on developing young players. And the biggest one of all, just because I was just tired of our style of play. This man loves attacking. His play style is attacking football. And that's what we want. That's what I want. That's what we need. Um, like he spent what? He spent 4 or 5 years coaching and managing Ajax. Let me give you his record. On those 4 years, he played 210 games, 156 wins, 25 draws, 29 losses, and he won back-to-back titles in the Dutch league. I can't pronounce it. I'm not going to because I do not want to insult my Dutch people, my Dutch folks. But yeah, he won it in 19. He won it in 21. The 20 season, it got obviously abandoned because of COVID. So, but shit, he may have won that league too that year. So, 2 out of the last 3 years, technically a back-to-back championship. So he is a proven winner, and I am so glad that we got him. And yeah, sorry Ajax. You know, I love the jersey though. 3 little birds. So y'all did good. Thank you guys for letting us have them. So to wrap up the Premier League, gave you the standings, let you know where we are with United. United right now, it's a mess. Like, why do I like teams that like to give me headaches, earthquakes? United ownership on both clubs suck, but you know what? I don't know. Maybe I was a sub in my past life and I just like torture. I don't know. But yeah, we'll see how the season ends. I was just hoping for a top 4 finish. Like, that's all I want. That's all I want when it comes to Premier League. When it comes to the Earthquakes, just don't be in last. I don't want a wooden spoon again. You know how terrible it is to have a wooden spoon? Like, no, I don't want that award, okay? I don't want that. But I digress. Real quick, okay, so prediction for the Premier League. Like I said, it's a 2-team race. It's Liverpool, City. 2 clubs I don't like, but one of them's gonna have to win. And honestly, I think this time it's gonna be Liverpool again. I really do. Now they're competing to win 4. They're still in the run to win 4 trophies in 1 year, the quadruple. Can they do it? I hope not, but they can. We're just gonna have to find out. Alright, now to wrap up this video, last thing we're gonna talk about is now the Men's Champions League, which is also in the semifinals. We got 4 teams trying to battle out to make it to the finals, and yeah, let's see. The first matchup, it is Manchester City versus Real Madrid. Second matchup is Liverpool versus Villarreal. 2 English clubs, 2 Spanish clubs going head to head. Can we get an all Spanish final? Who knows? I doubt it. Can we get a all English final again, just like last year when it was City versus Chelsea? Most likely. Do I want that? Hell nah. But I mean, what can we do, right? Like I said, like I just mentioned, Liverpool is in the hunt to win 4. Still in the hunt to win 4 titles. They just beat City in the FA Cup in the semifinal, so they're playing in the final for the FA Cup, and that could be 1 title. Premier League could be the 2nd. Champions League could be the 3rd. I hope not, but I'm gonna stop saying that because the more I say I hope not, the more I believe they're gonna do it. So, predictions. Just gonna throw them out there. Once the final comes around, we'll see if I'm right. We'll make a video. I'll either be jacked or I'll be sad. We'll see. We're going to go first predict the Liverpool versus Villarreal. 2 legs. I think Liverpool makes it to the final. Villarreal, your Cinderella story ends here. And the next semifinal is City, Real Madrid. My brain says City. My heart says Real Madrid. So I'm going with Real Madrid because big body Benzema, big body Benzi, having an amazing year. He's going to power through and take Real Madrid to the finals. Now, that's my prediction. We'll see if I'm right. And once Champions League final comes around, we'll talk about it. So, this is Danny for Soccer for the Common Folk. And I hope there's not another big 8-week gap because that was a lot to cover.